Hey YouTube, here we are again with the February 1st edition of Coffee and Kalashnikovs. Thanks for coming. Thanks for joining us tonight. We are going to have some good stuff coming to you tonight. We're going to do something a little different. We're going to do a shooting product or products of the week. Just small things, accessories, whatnot. Excuse me one second. I got to fix something. Small accessories or things we found that just make our range trips, shooting, training a little more comfortable, easy, whatever, to enable us to have fun without hassling with stuff. And this week we found some good products. So we're going to bring you just a little bit of a rundown here. And of course, you'll see videos on the main channel. Little catch up over last week. Had some family things going on and had to get things straightened out, and they're going to take a while, but we're getting them done, and had some time to spend with the family, and not much. I've been kind of putting things on the back burner as far as the guns go and all that. So we're ramping up back into it as things permit. But of course, you'll see our live stream coming every week. I try not to miss that. I know there's a lot of people that have been with us since the beginning that, hey, they like it. They like it a lot. So we're definitely going to keep bringing you that. I hope you guys like the content that we've been bringing out. Hope you guys can see everything well here and hear everything well. And I'm just giving it a minute for a few people to jump in. I didn't give as much notice as last week, and it shows in how many people are in the stream right now. So I was hoping to give it a couple minutes here for a few more people to pop in. But we've got, who do we got here? Jardinero. Like Arnold once said, stick around, I'll be back. And Joe's here, says good to see you. Good to see you too, Joe. Glad you're here. I don't think my notice on the live stream got out. I put it out about half hour before the show, and I probably should have put it out a little earlier, but what are you gonna do, right? Anyway, so we'll talk about what's going on. Some things we got coming to you viewers. We're going to have some giveaways. We've been doing the Buy 39 project with our friend Fred at Pickering Customs in Michigan. And he's got a new laser engraving machine. And he's going to be doing some custom Rockford Ordnance mags for us, and I'm going to be giving them away to some of you guys. It may be random. It may be answering a question here on the live stream. It may be, I don't know, maybe sending some videos in for us to share of you guys shooting or something like that. But either way, we will get you some. They're going to be, it sounds like they're going to be PMags, both AKs I know for sure, and we'll probably, I'm going to ask him if he can do some AR mags too with the Rock Ordnance logo. So here at the Rock, we will be bringing you some free stuff. And that's always cool. So you guys can rock those things at the Rock, rock the Rock at the range. Hey, maybe we came up with something there. Rock the Rock, huh? Anyhow, it should be fun and they should be really cool. Not sure on the time frame. Hopefully sooner than later. Fred spent the week. I think I told you guys last week we got a new powder to test. So that's going to be really interesting. The powder I really wanted to test the most. And we're going to have that. And he also cast some new bullets for us, 150 grainers with an RCBS mold that are, the bullets can be used in 300 blackout as well as very similar for the AK. So we got those. We got some more of the Nosler test and do some of the powder ladders and all that good stuff. So I'm hoping to get out there Sunday and get that done. And we'll have that to bring it. So that's pretty cool. Hopefully you guys saw the last installment of the video on our last testing. I was just glad to make progress. And some of you so nicely commented that, hey, my groups weren't that bad. I appreciate it, guys. But maybe I overthink what the gun can do, because I'm comparing it to, I think I told you guys, my 308 precision gun that shoots clover leaves, and I kind of expect that to do the same thing. And it's just not going to. Now, for Fred, it might, but we'll see. Either way, it's going to get better every week. And we got some tools to help us. So I'm going to run through the chat here 2 seconds, and then I'm going to jump into these products of the week we talked about. For those of you just joining, every week we're going to bring you a new product, shooting product that just we found works really well, helps us out at the range, makes things easier, safer, quicker, faster, enables us to have more fun, essentially, and shoot better. So I found 2 products this week that I just absolutely love. So actually I found more, but some I can't show you, but we'll talk about them, I guess. We might as well. And then we're going to dive into what you guys want to talk about, your questions, any topic you want to talk about. I got one topic I may bring up. We'll see if you guys bring it up first, and we'll talk about it. I'll talk about it somewhat. I don't know how much I'll get into it, but we'll see here. Anyhow, let's see who's here. I talked about Joe. Joe was here already. And who else was it? The first one in tonight. Let's see here. Jardinero. So congratulations, Jardinero. You were the first one in tonight. We got Save the Bees here. Says, hey, Rock, good to see you. Save the Bees, glad you're here. RJ Adams is here. Hi, RJ, just stopping by. Keep doing what you do. I will. Thank you very much for stopping in. We appreciate it. Stay for a while if you can. It's going to get good. David Inglesby, let's go. We will. Mr. C, how hard is it for a company to make Bakelite mags? Why does only Russia use them? Well, Bakelite was an early plastic, essentially. And Russia being the utilitarian, the kings of utilitarian, right? They used whatever they could for filler or to stiffen it up, and that included everything from wood chips to string to rope to you name it. It's in there. The Czechs did it with the beaver bark. It's all different forms of Bakelite. Back in the day, for some of you youngins here that might not remember, when we had phones that you had a rotary dial and you went, they made funny noises and you had to dial each number. My kids still can't figure them out, I don't think. But those old phones were made out of Bakelite. The ashtrays you see in bars, those black ones, those are a form of Bakelite. A lot of things were made out of Bakelite. Cameras, all kinds of stuff, everyday things. And it progressed and progressed and progressed and got better and better. And today we have all these modern plastics and polymers. They can be made, but the actual... and it escapes me. I want to say it's an alkylate or something, but the actual name of Bakelite, the chemical name, I think there's said to be some asbestos in some of them. And I just think the product is either the chemicals may be a no-no today, or maybe it's just expensive and people look at it as inferior, or to do it on a commercial level in small batches. There's just not money to be made, whatever it is. But yeah, you would think they could do at least kind of a faux thing, right? There's lots of guys doing beautiful faux paint jobs with them, taking regular mags and painting a base color and then using either other paints or stains and brush techniques to swirl and stipple and whatnot. And some of them just come out gorgeous, as pretty as the real thing. But I got a couple Bakelites sitting here. Let's take a look at them. I got one right here. This, I was lucky to get these. These are beautiful. I showed them to you a few weeks back. They are 40 rounders. These are are they Izzy's or Mollet? I don't know. They don't have the star. Mold number 4. They've got some stamps on them. If you can see, there's some stamps there and here and here. And when I got these, they shave them here or grind them down so they fit perfectly. And this part, these were brand new because these were a much lighter color. They had just been sanded or filed or whatever they do and had not been oiled up or in a gun or anything like that. The first thing I do when I get them, these aren't in production. So at a minimum, they've probably been sitting around a depot or in a crate or a bin somewhere for, let's see, 50 years, 40 years, 45 years, 60 years, somewhere in there. Who knows? But, this was like the 70s kind of thing. I don't know if they made them into the 80s. Definitely 60s probably. But, 40 rounder. I bought 2 of them to put in my Romanian RPKs. I just thought they'd display well. And these were truly never used, never inserted. Now, I use my stuff. Bottom line, I use it. That's what it's there for, not just to look pretty. I don't know if I mentioned, but I loaded them up for a range trip one night. I'm sitting in front of the TV and I'm loading some good old steel case in there. And I get to, I don't know, the 20 round boxes. God, why don't they make them in 30 round boxes? You ever think of that? But I get, was it 20? No, it was less, I think. I mean, it was either 10 or 20 rounds. And I'm pushing the next one in and it won't go. I'm like, oh, it's binding up. So, okay. But there was no Cosmoline, nothing on these things. So I take the floor plate off and I pull the spring out and I look at the spring and there's this weird wire thing in there. Just a couple of curves or bends. What it was they had taken this 40 rounder and shortened it up to either a 10 or a 20, probably for California, maybe. But I had never seen them done with the wire, old galvanized. You know when galvanizing gets old and it gets white, powdery, dusty kind of? That's what this was. That's how long it had been in there. So it wasn't like a recent thing they had done. I don't know. Maybe these had been in the country just a long, long time and somebody bought them. I know there's one website that sells a lot of mags that are California compliant, smaller capacity and whatnot. So these are actually 10 round mags only is how they came. So Carrie, don't worry, YouTube, we're not showing anything big. These are 10 round mags. They look like it, but they have a placeholder in there and they're kind of cool. So, they can be changed over, but we're going to leave them because they're an oddity. I've never seen them like that. So really pretty mags. And of course, we're not even talking about the mags, really. We're just talking about the Bakelite. Really, really nice. For newbies to the AKs, these things used to be, you could go to gun shows back in the day and dig through a bin and they couldn't give these things away. Nobody wanted them. They'd take a Tapco mag before they'd take these things. And they just looked at them as junk and ugly and who wants an orange mag? But they caught on. And about 3 years ago, maybe 4 now, you could buy them back then, $5, 3 for 10, craziness, right? As many as you wanted. And they got to like 30 and 35, and I bought some. And when they went to 40 or 45, I said, that's it. This is crazy. I will never buy another one ever again. You got to be insane, right? And then they went to 45 and 50 and 55 and 60 and 80 and 100. And these are probably 140 to 200 bucks right now, somewhere in there. It's insane. Absolutely insane. But it shows the popularity of the AK platform. And they certainly are pretty. You look at the swirls in here. These don't show a lot of filler, really. The mags never really show filler. It's more the pistol grips and the forends and stuff that show the filler. But these have the swirl, and I think a lot of what adds the swirl is a release agent, one, and maybe just they don't spend all that much time mixing the product, but you can it's hard to get it on camera with these bright lights and everything, but you can see the swirls, and this one really isn't swirled all that much. Some are just gorgeous, but they're all marbled and everything, but these are really nice, really clean, like new. I started to say when I got them, this was sanded, so it was lighter. And that's how you can tell these were brand new uninserted. Plus, there were no marks on the feed lips. The base plates were mint, everything. And since they've been sitting around so long, I take Ballistol and the spray, and I spray them down. I just soak them and I set them on the bench and let them sit for a couple hours. Then I literally just pick them up and watching TV, doing whatever. I just start hand rubbing it in. I just rub them, get them all in, work all that oil in. I may put another coat if they're dry or old or in bad shape. I'll really drench them, but I just work it all in, and it kind of polishes it all. Now they're looking. You can see all the fingerprints, but when they're not fingerprinted up, you can just really see it, and it puts a shine on them. And there's a good shot, and they're just pretty, and that's why guys like them. Each one is individually different. Let me grab another one here to show you. I'll grab a couple. I got 4 random ones sitting here. These are smaller, and this one's interesting. It's darker. This is a very rare mag. This is for our Chinese Bakelite side folder. It's a Norinco mag. If you can see the star here. Let me see if I get a good shot somehow. I don't know if you can see it, but it's a star that says Norinco in it. Back in the day, I literally got this one for $10. Now you're lucky to find a Norinco mag under 200 for this. I've got a full chest rig filled with these to match that gun. And you notice they're darker. So here is a Tula, Russian Tula, and you'll see how much lighter it is than the Norinco mags. They all have the steel feed lips. You can see how the followers are a little different between the Chinese and the Russian. And you can see the floor plates. There's the Chinese floor plate. There's the Tula floor plate. So quite a bit different. A lot of times on the circle here, on flatbacks and whatnot, you'll see made in China or just China on here. Sometimes you'll see white stickers, made in China. Back in the day, we'd take those stickers off. Now we leave them on, right? Anyhow, this Tula, I end up with a lot of plainer ones, but I don't have many that are super swirled or anything. But I do have mint ones. So this one's cool because of that Norinco star, or the Tula star, rather. So Tula star, Norinco star. But you can definitely see the color difference, right? And, here's another Norinco. This one, let's see. Compared to the other one, you can see they're pretty dark. Pretty dark. Maybe one's a little lighter than the other. I don't know. Let's see. They're about the same, I guess. Anyhow, yeah, we've got a bunch of these, and we use them. No biggie. They run great, except our one mag loader. These won't fit because of the hump here. But other than that, yep, that's what we got for bacon. So I rub in that ballistol and then polish it with a microfiber, leaving just a very light sheen on there, and they're nice. Got on that? I don't know. Oh, somebody asked about it. That's what it was. So let's get back in here, and then we'll get to our products of the week here. Who else is here? So David Inglesby, we said, how hard is it for a company? That's how we got it. Mr. C asked, how hard is it for somebody to make modern day Bakelite mags with Russia using them? Not just Russia used them. Russia, China, they're used all over the world. They may be Russian mags, but they're used all over the world. Let's see, who else did Bakelite mags? Yeah, I'm sure they had them, but they were Russian mags, basically. China, and then they get picked up and used everywhere. I only have 7. I don't have any 545 mags. You can get into the plum. You can get into all the craziness. But that's kind of why I stayed away from 545 guns. I didn't want to spend all that money again on another caliber on all this craziness. So we shied away from it. Let's see. True American Loretta, good to see you here. Of course, Joe brought her into the fold, and we are glad to have her. And I know all of you guys, I'm sure, are sharing our stuff and getting as many people over here as you can to check it out and see what's going on. And I'm grateful for every one of you. Keep in mind, real quick, I'm going to hit you once on this, and that's it. Right below where you comment, you'll see a little square with a $sign in it. That is for a super chat. You can donate money to the channel, and it brings it to my attention, and I can answer a question or whatever you have. And we certainly appreciate the donations. Today, monetization on channels is almost nil. A lot of channels will do videos and then essentially upload them to YouTube and then wait for them to be approved before they go out, so they get monetized, and they play with changing words or taking things in and out so they don't demonetize them. And you could have a video up there for a week or two and it doesn't do anything, so you could wait and not have anything going out. Well, we don't do that. I do the videos and I put them right out, monetized or not. I'm done playing the game. It's pennies anyways. So really the only way the channel gets supported is through that. We do have a Patreon, but it's not much. It's not really, I don't know if I have any in there, but anyhow, if you want to do a super chat, it's certainly appreciated. Thank you guys very much for coming over here and just listen to me babble every week. Thanks. That's the last you'll hear of it from me. If you can afford it, fine. If you can't, we understand. Stay and enjoy. Not a problem. Who else? Joey said, RJ. They just jumped on me here. RJ, they stopped using it in the 50s. Really? That no. Because you got 74 mags made out of Bakelite. So they made Bakelite mags at least until 74, 5, 6. Can't be the 50s. Maybe 7.62, but even that I'm sure went later. Let's see. Jumped on me again. Okay. Here we are. RJ Adams, I've been sick for 30 days. China bug. Yeah, it's been running its course through everybody with this new one, and really seems to be affecting people. Look at this. My people watching the chat is bouncing between 15 and 1. Like I'm losing everybody for like a second or two. That's weird. David Inglesby, are Bakelites really that good or just look cool? They're not they're not the best. They look cool. It's more a look thing. You can certainly get mags that are stronger, that will last longer, this and that. The biggest thing with Bakelite was feed lips starting to chip or crack, things like that. A lot of guys just, that's why they don't use them. They're afraid that's going to happen. I have seen some Chinese ones with, hold on guys, 1 second. Everything went dark on me here. I've seen some Chinese ones. Somebody tried to call me, and I don't know how I can stop calls from coming in. That's crazy. While I'm live streaming. Anyhow, they'll develop some cracks. I've seen cracks develop on Chinese ones on the feed lips, and the Russian, I haven't personally seen it, but let's just say I'm sure it happens. It's one of those things that if you spent a lot of money on a mag, you may not want to use it. Maybe just use it for display or something like that. But I haven't personally had a problem with them. But if you're looking for longevity, steel, certainly awesome. Any of the newer polymer mags, I've run across very few bad mags. Guys used to make fun of Tapcos. Now that they're gone, those will be collectible one day. Mark my words. They are chunky. They're fat. I've never broken one. Guys would say, I wouldn't trust my life to that. I would. They work great. I've used them with thousands and thousands of rounds. Would I prefer to take something else if it was a life and death situation? Absolutely. But there's nothing wrong with them. All this craziness. You'd really have to hammer a rifle to mess stuff up like that. Anyhow, present and thumbs up. Squeaky coolers in the house. Orion Fixers here. Hello, everyone. Great night for a stream. Yes, it is, sir. Staying warm tonight. I hear you're getting snow down the south, huh? We could use a little. Hello there, everyone. That's Cat Addie Homestead. Okay. Joe, hey, Orion. Chase Kelly's here too. Hey, Rock. Hope all is well. All is well. Yes, sir. Taking care of family and making sure everybody's good and that things are going well. Family comes first, right? Who else is here? Texas Bullet is here. Howdy, folks. Joe says, I love beaver barf. I dream about beaver barf, he says. He'd eat beaver barf. He loves it so much. I'm not kidding. Joe loves beaver. He is the beaver king. Just tried to buy. And every time I got close on an auction, I missed out. Now there's so few coming in. I do want to get my hands on one. Everybody said, I've had multiple people ask me, hey, Chris, you ever shot a VZ58? And I'd say no. And they'd say, oh, you ain't shot an AK till you shot this. And they, version of the AK. Yeah, okay, maybe, kind of, sort of. But they say they're just smooth as glass, and a lot will equate it to a Galil. Now, let's talk about the Galil. You guys know I got one. I have not done a video yet. But let me tell you something. The more I shoot that gun, the more I just love that thing. I told you last week, I'll tell you again. I never put it in the same category as an AK. I don't consider it an AK. I consider it sort of a variant, not even a variant really, on its own. And I always did that because I thought it was that much better as far as machining, assembly, fit and finish, all that stuff. So I put it out of respect in a separate class. And that's not me saying AKs are poor or bad or anything like that. You guys love them. My channel is devoted to them, but they are just magnificent. I mean, it's a breath of fresh air. It's almost like built to tolerances like an AR, to where they could be assembled without that fit and hand finishing and all of that stuff and hand fitting. They're that nice, and they're just a pleasure to shoot. I knew what I had been missing, but I never, other than 10 rounds here, a mag there from somebody else's gun. Never had that much experience, but man, now that I got that one, it is so awesome. I'm just digging it, and I can't wait for this video to come out for it. It's just awesome. If you guys have the chance or you're thinking about one, just pull the trigger. It's that nice. Really liking that pistol. It's a braced pistol, so I'm going to get a rifle too. I really like it that much. So Joe is dreaming about beaver. Joe. Let's see. Sorry, guys. Sometimes it jumps on me and it's hard to find out where we were here. Mr. C, I just wish American companies could just make better replicas, if not the real thing, with modern tech, so we don't have to buy overpriced mags. Yep. But then it wouldn't be the original and all of that. I thought I heard somebody talking about doing Bakelite mags. Was it Palmetto State maybe? They were actually going to do them along with their steel case mags. And when you say you just wish American companies could make better replicas, if you're talking about just the mags, okay, but look at what Palmetto's doing with their AK products. I told you I got to spend a little time with 2 AEDUs Palmetto rifle. And God, the fit and finish was just gorgeous. Really, really nice. The paint was beautiful. Everything about it was nice. Shot magnificent. They really got their stuff together. They really do. And then, of course, Kalashnikovs USA. What can I say? I mean, those are perfect replicas. Perfect. It's funny thing. So hard to tell the difference between that and the real thing. Things that make you go, Anyhow, Joe says, Rockford Ordnance, I've seen mags like that they were a thing, I believe, back in the original ban era. Colt had a metal tab that limited the sporter mags to 5. This wasn't a tab. It was just a wire bent a certain way. You'd almost think at first, it's part of spring. Same material, same galvanizing or finish on it, whatever. It's not, the springs aren't galvanized, I don't believe, but whatever it is, that coating, maybe zinc, I don't know. It gets powdery. And it did kind of like a Z thing, and it went inside the spring and hooked to the base plate, I believe, if I remember right. And it just limited it. Yeah, simple way to limit it, and simple to put in or take out or whatever you want to do. It's just cool. But yeah, you're probably right. It probably had something to do back in the ban era or California, one of the two. RJ Adams, his came out. Autocorrect said backlights, but I know he means Bakelites. Back in the 1957, I think they stopped in the U.S., caused cancer. Then there was plastic. Yeah, that was, I believe, the asbestos thing with them. So, hey guys, you never want to sand or polish a Bakelite mag with bare hands. Not that I've ever done that. A few 100 times. But yeah, it's always a concern. I was definitely sanding when I'm refinishing, mainly Bulgarian handguards and grips and stuff. If I'm sanding, I will wear a respirator. I don't mess around with asbestos. God knows back in the day, fixing cars, doing brakes and all that when I was a mechanic, I'm sure I inhaled enough of that crap. Just on old cars left over in the 70s when I was working on cars, even the 80s, because I worked on so much old stuff. I remember my grandfather doing brakes when I was 3, 4, 5 years old in his shop. They'd pull the wheel off, they pull the drum off, and the first thing they did was hit it with compressed air. Dust all over the shop. Funny thing, he died of lung cancer. Imagine that. Uh, Crazy. Anything of it. And then even when I was training in college in Michigan, certification and going auto mechanic school, he had this whole contraption that rolled around on a cart, and there was like a tent on top of it, like a round half donut tent that was slit in the back with zippers and Velcro and stuff. And you roll it up to the car that was up on the rack, and let's say the drum or disc was chest high or something, you'd you'd roll the cart over, and the whole brake rotor drum would go inside that tent, and then you'd seal the back around it. And it had those gloves like a sandblaster. You'd reach in and do the brake job just to stay away from the asbestos. They had to do it because of the school and liability and all that. What a pain in the neck doing brakes in a tent with gloves on. Try getting the springs and all that crap back on the shoes on the rear. Anyhow, enough of that. But yeah, you are right, sir, about stuff in there, cancer. Um, the 70s Bakelite mags, besides Russian, had you got to wear Greg Brady bell bottoms when shooting them? Yes, you did. I had bell bottoms. I literally 1978, 79, full on BG's era. I had these bell bottom jeans, skin tight all the way down. Then the huge bell bottoms, they were literally called disco jeans. Big black platform shoes, platforms, the rear heel that high, the front that high, silk shirt open down here, 3 rope chains. Oh yeah. And the total feathered. I'll tell you what I look like exactly. And I'm not saying this for any other reason other than it's hilarious. But multiple, probably 100 times or more, people would stop me and go, "Oh my God, he looks just like Sean Cassidy." That's exactly what I looked like back in the day. Remember the show Hardy Boys? My hair, my face, everything. I was a twin. Hilarious. The feathered hair, eventually went to mullet, silk shirts, disco jeans, platform shoes, gold chains, baby. Yeah. Do a little dance, make a little love, get down tonight. That's enough of that. Holy cow. Let's see. Lee's Mags. Lee's Mags. Oh boy. A lot of people have probably dealt with him over the years. Interesting chap is all I'll say. Uh, 1 week everything's good, the prices go up, down, change. Sometimes he's out of his mind, other times okay, sometimes it's not as described, sometimes crazy. I've always got what I ordered. It's always been fairly close to as described. A couple things I went but it wasn't worth the effort. But I've heard just crazy stories. Lee's Mags has AC Unity AK-762 magazines for $4. 30 and 40 rounds are the same price. I think he probably made a mistake and he won't honor it. I don't know. No, I'm kidding, but that sounds so low. I know I've heard good and bad about the AC Unity. Those are made in Croatia, if I remember right, or Serbia, perhaps. I don't know. But interesting, and I've heard good things about them. His shipping is a little high, but they work well. Maybe I'll try for that kind of money. Who gives a damn? Uh, that was Roivinator. Mr. C, I meant so we don't have to buy overpriced Bakelite mags. Okay. Bakelite was one of the coolest materials for grips and gun parts. Absolutely. They're cool. Each one's different. Luger's had a floor plate, and the MP40 had a Bakelite receiver. Yes, it did. Sorry, been sick. Bakelite's not backlight. I just thought it was your autocorrect. My friend, you sound like you have a cold. I am always stuffed up, and it always happens when I start my live stream. I don't know if it's this room. I don't know that from talking. I get home from work and I smoke a bunch and it plugs up. So, yeah, I sound like that. Look, there's not much of a difference, really, right? Anyhow, it goes away. It comes and goes. It's usually temperature related. Hot and cold does it to me. It's weird, but it's always like that. But every time I do this stream, for whatever reason, I don't know if it's the room, I plug up immediately. It's terrible, and you'll hear me just through the whole damn video. It's annoying. I apologize, guys and gals. Let's see. Rock, I'd love to contribute, and when things improve for me, I'd gladly help. But Joe, don't you ever worry about it, bud. You bring people to the channel. You do more for me than you would ever know. Don't even worry about it. Not a problem. Check it. I check it on Google. What do you check? I don't know. Tapco mags ran just fine years ago. Only mags I don't trust are Ruger mags. The Mini 14 mags were absolutely terrible. We used when I was a kid. Really? Ruger mags, for instance, on 1022s, they are the only mag I will use on 1022, whether the 10 rounders or what are the other ones? SR25s or something? Or I can't remember the letters right now. Hey, I probably got one right here. Hold on, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see if I got one. Oh, no. Look at this. Anybody know what this is? That is a Tapco SKS mag, 20 rounder. These things are solid, man. There's a ton of, when you look at a Tapco mag up close, there is so much fiber in this polymer. It's unbelievable. I'm telling you, if somebody says Tapco mags are junk, they don't know what they're talking about. They really don't. They talk about them like they're for the pores or whatever, however they say it today, pores. But there is nothing wrong with these mags. They may be ugly as sin, but you'll never break one and they'll run forever. This tab on the back, it's like a spike. I could kill somebody with that spike. It ain't going anywhere. And here, oh, that's another one. And here's what I was talking about. The Ruger BX25s. That's what they are. These things run like a rape date. No problem there. And the 10 rounders, these are the only ones I trust. I don't trust the ones made by, who's that lens cover company that makes the lens covers for the scopes and stuff. Can't remember off the top of my head. But I don't trust those. Only these for the 1022s. Let's see. There's the best mag on the planet, folks, right there. Right there. Circle 10 Bulgarian. You want to spend your money, buy once, cry once, whatever it is. Yeah, they're $45. But these are by far the best mags. For all you new guys that don't know about these, I'm sorry if some of you guys go, oh my. Tab in the back, metal in the front, metal reinforced feed lips, polymer that you can't even squeeze. I mean, tremendous. The lugs are built up in the back, steel floor plates, great springs, smooth as glass, best mag on the planet will never, ever fail you, ever. Trust your life to this, for sure. Here are Circle 10 5.56 mags for the SAM 5. Now, these are translucent. I don't know if you can see. Maybe see the red through them. These are smoked. There are reports of cracking or crackling in these somewhat, but I like them because they're cool and no crackling. No crackling whatsoever. And they're smoked. They're cool. Here is, let's see, hold on. Where's the other ones? Here we go. So here's the 5.56 mags, Circle 10, black, and here's the smoke, so you can see the difference. Fabulous, fabulous mags will never fail you, just like the 7.62 by 39 mags. Great stuff. Since we're on this mag kick, maybe I'll just keep going here a little bit, and I can show you a couple differences in things. Let's see. These are all the same. So these are PMags and the Gen 2s. Let's see. Let me get my glasses on, guys, so I can see something. These are the Mo mags and PMag AK Mo. So these are their basic ones, and they have the polymer catches on the front and back, and just polymer feed lips. They do make the Gen 3s that have the steel reinforced on the front and back on the lugs and steel reinforced feed lips. Yes, they're better. A lot of guys have said they've broken these. I've never seen a broken one in all my years. Not saying it didn't happen, but if I haven't seen one, guys, one, I don't know. I'm sure you dropped it on this, you could break that. I was looking real quick to see if I could find a hold on, bear with me. Ooh, the elusive OD green Circle 10. That's like the glowing angel of the collection right there. Gotta love it. Man, that looks good on the SAM 7 with all the OD green furniture. That there was an expensive mag. And the ones Kavar came out with around Christmas, they said OD ones available again. They were not the original. They weren't even close. The color was different. Even somebody said the pattern was different, and they were selling them for like dirt cheap. That would have blown the collector price out and peed off a bunch of people that paid big money for these. And they were not the same, thank God. Because, yeah, I would have lost a little money on that go around. I'm just trying to find a quick mag here for you guys. I'm sorry. All right, here's one. So this is the Gen 3. Don't mind the camo job. That's how the end cap was painted back in the day. If you go to some of my old videos, this was just a Krylon job using a primary arms camouflage stencil. And this mag's been beat to snot. But the whole gun was done like this. It actually looked really good back in the day. Yeah, this is a Gen 3. And for whatever reason, they're marked Z right here. There's a circle with a Z and steel, not paint, see it? That's all steel there. The lips are reinforced. These are great, great mags. They do run more than the Mo's. I believe you can get them with windows, and they were the first ones, I think, to have the little dot matrix patterns here for numbering them. Yeah, or lettering them. And these are the best Tapco makes right here. Not Tapco, Magpul. These are the best Magpul makes right there. Let's see, what else we got? couple 40 round Romanians, brand spanking new, not a mark on them, but loaded once. This is a, what the hell is this? This is a Croatian bolt hold open, Yugoslavian bolt hold open mag. If you find the early ones, instead of being painted, they're blued. The original M70 mags, early on, beautiful bluing on them, incredible. I made the mistake back in the day. Well, it's not really, because some were rusted pretty good, and you could actually tell that the rust was caused by blood being on them, because you'd see the drips and the runs, and the rust matched it perfectly. So a buddy of mine blasted them and powder coated them for me. I have a ton of them here. That's why I thought this was one of them at first. It might be, but I think this is one of the newer ones. Yeah, it is. But if you can find some early ones that are blued, they are absolutely stunning. Couple more Romanians. Here, last three. We'll see what we got here. These well, this is not a bolt hold open. I don't know what the hell this is. Just a Romanian, I guess. These are, let's see, this is probably a bolt hold open. And oh wait, that's the other thing. You can tell by the 2 ridges here, or the 3 ridges. Wrong finger. 1, 2, 3. Either Romanian or Bakelite, or geez, I'm losing my mind. Bolt hold open. Anyhow, I could go on for days here, but I'm not. I don't know how we got on that, but hey, it was fun. It's always cool to look at mags, right? Can't beat looking at mags. Let's see. With 70s Bakelite mags, besides Russia. Had you got to wear, Greg? Oh, that was the bell bottom. Yep, I wore them. Lee's mags we talked about. His shipping's a little high, but sometimes good prices. Bakelite was one of the coolest materials for grips. Yes. Went through that. Okay, here we go. Tommy Guns is here. Awesome. Thought stream was Thursday for some reason. Man, a long time ago. It's been Tuesdays forever now. Squeaky Cooler. Where'd he go? It just jumped on me. There we go. I just got back to work yesterday from the China Bug. RJ, after being off since December 6th, never thought I would have got it that bad. It's funny. Most people are saying it's not all that bad, this Omicron or whatever. But you still got to be careful. It certainly is more contagious because, man, we got wiped out at work, it seemed, for a while. Tommy Guns. Oh, look at this. Tommy scored an Arsenal SLR 107 FR this weekend and a limited run Sam 5 from Kavar today. They told me limited run on Sam 5s a year ago. Limited my ass. Typical Kavar. I love them, and I love the guys there, but man, some of their tactics, they're like plaid-coated used car salesmen. Is the Sam 7 a new run or one of the old ones? I've got a couple Sam 7 107 FRs. I love that gun. I got one that's a triangle stock folder. So light, so awesome. I run that gun. Iron sights, stock out of the box, except the TDI arms foregrip, which is ridiculously lighter than polymer. What a gun! I mean, if you want to hike a mountain with a gun, there's the one. So congratulations on both of them. Tommy's, man, he's whacking them and stacking them. Let me tell you. Bonus, my buy 39 Baril showed up. Look at this guy, 3 rifles. I want a Baril bad. That might be next on the list. Now he's just got to get out and shoot them. Yeah, save the bees. Hey, all really want an imported 308 battle rifle. I'm leaning towards the B&T APC 308 versus the Scar. I want a Scar. I've got an. You want to talk about the ultimate imported 308 battle rifle? What would it be? Come on, we all know. We know. Say it. Say it. That would be a Belgian FNFAL, right? Guess who's got one? Daddy's got one. Check out the channel. Got a video on it. Some beautiful pictures. What a gun. It's gorgeous. Problem is, they've gotten so insane you don't even want to shoot it because it's crazy. Plus, it's one of the what do you call it? Sear cut receiver. Came with a letter, ATF letter back in the day, so it's very, very rare. Interesting video. If you don't know about that, take a look, listen. You'll learn something. Anyhow, 308. I love my AR-10 I built, but you know it's a cool gun in 308 if you've never shot one, is a Galil Ace in 308. Very cool gun. But Scar, again, one of those guns I kept bidding, doing auctions because I wanted a Belgian-made one in the FDE or the tricolor, as they may be. I still want one bad, but now the Belgians have gone up a bit. Now I'm like, I'll take an American-made one. Same thing, right? It's just cool to have the Belgian, but I want one bad. You got to have a Scar in your collection. You have to. What else in 308 is cool? Let me think. I'll think about that one for a bit. But FN, FAL, or Scar, but FN, FAL, very cool. Got to have one of those too. Quintessential to a collection. I'm glad, Tommy, you haven't been out. Okay. Haven't been out since Halloween. Holy moly. Yeah, your dad's got to stay warm. I just looked it up. They said it was a toxic plastic, really, Bakelite, the silent killer. Yeah, we had phones made out of it. Hello? Right in your mouth. Wonderful. All right, the brakes in the air. Ford cars 5 days a week. Yep. You're lucky to still be breathing. Tommy, you're getting 12 inches of snow tonight. Where the hell are you? I know down, I guess, Northern Illinois, Chicago, whatever. They're supposed to get some snow tonight, but I didn't hear anything about that. I just heard a blurb. We didn't get squat up here today. Yes, I do a Tapco Terror, Bubba's favorite way to ruin a Yugo stock. No, you don't. Well, yeah, a lot of them did ruin the Yugo stocks on the SKSs for those mags. If you watch my SKS Bubba video, where I do a great interpretation or great acting, is Bubba. You'll see it's hilarious. No, I'm kidding. I'm not that funny, but I did a whole hick Bubba thing about changing my SKS over to a full-on Tapco rifle. I show you. And I had it like that for years. I thought it was so cool. The good news is I didn't ruin anything. I saved the stock, everything as it was, and now it's all put back together, and I show the process of debubbifying it. But yeah, a lot of those stocks were ruined, and that's what I did. One day I looked at it, and I was looking at the stock laying there in my storage room, and I pulled it out, and I had steamed out a couple dents and everything, and I put some linseed oil on it, and it looks so good. And I'm like, why did I ever do that? So I put it back, and it's a gorgeous rifle. Take a look at that video. Really cool. Dandy dude, I have 2 SKS Pro Mags. They are junk. Pro Mags there is nothing Pro Mag has ever made that works well. Nothing. Stay away, period. Mags were made, makes a difference. I had steel tap was the worst thing ever. I'm not talking about the steels at all, Joe. I'm talking just about the Tapco polymers. All of them were great. They run great. They last. They never break. They're great stuff. The steel, I can't speak for. I've never shot a steel Tapco. Squeaky cooler, although obviously the plastic Tapco mags aren't go to war mags, but shoot well for good time at the farmer range. Well, that's what I was talking about. Those Tapco polymer mags, they have so much fiber in them. They're super strong. They're ugly, but they're chunky. And man, if you want to get a grip on a mag, that thing will grip. I can't believe I don't have a Tapco laying here, a Tapco AK mag somewhere. I got one. Hold on. There we go. Here's a beauty. Here she comes. Here she comes. Literally, Miss America. Look at that. With the dust cover. Yeah, buddy. There is the ugliest AK mag on the planet. So, it came with dust covers, or maybe these were extra. I forget. But polymer lug, front and back, polymer lips. But look at the chunk. Look at that chunk. Just a handful and all these ribs. If you want to grab a mag or you like to shoot like I do, these things are awesome. For whatever reason, the gun that I love using this in, I wish you could see it. And I can show guns, I just can't handle them. I've got one sitting right next to me I could probably swivel around to, but it looks very good in that gun. And that is a mini Draco with the brace and everything. And this gun's so cool. I got to do more videos on it. It's got the Manicore Alpha Rail on it with a red dot and a cool flash hider. It's just such a cool gun. And it's got an original mag in it right now. But these, just for some reason, look good on that gun. Anyhow, that's that. Let's see. Yeah, but I said I'd risk I'd go into a situation where my life was at risk with one of those mags. I wouldn't have a problem with it. Would I rather have something else? Yeah, but it wouldn't bother me. I've used them so much at the range and in training and everything. In tough stuff where they got slammed into the ground, dropped, all kinds of stuff. I've never had one go bad on me. Like I said, I can't speak for the steel ones, but oh well. Rock, the cool part about AK is the furniture and mags you come across. I had as much fun playing dress up with my Mac 90. You're right. That's what's so cool. You can change it up one day into this mode, and the next day go to all wood, and the next day slap something ultra modern and tactical on it. You can throw a side rail on it with a scope or whatever. There's so much you can do. They are cool. It's like ARs. I mean, you can change those up so much, but you really get a completely different. If you have a solid AKM, let's say a Wasser or a Polish gun, whatever. There's so many options out there. Stocks, grips, foregrips, gas tube covers, sights, different things to replace the sights, top cover systems, side rails, scope mounts, flash hiders, muzzle brakes. What did I leave out? Sling systems, you name barrel configurations, gas block sight configurations. You can just do so much and have so much fun. It's really, really cool. That's what makes it fun, right? You hit it on the head, Joe. Love my AR-15 Diamondback, says RJ. I've got a couple Diamondback barrels that I got super cheap. And they seem to be shooting okay in them. I have not put a ton of miles on those barrels, but they shoot accurately. I like that new M77 with 20 round mag they had at SHOT Show. Yes, very cool gun. RJ, I love my DPMS. Yep, good stuff. Uh, Started life as an Oracle and ended up in A2 carbine. Cool. Let's see. Tommy guns. Arsenal SLR 107 FR is older one. That's what my Krebs rifle is, and but my that triangle stock one I was talking about is a later one, last year or two. They had a short run of those triangle stocks, and I thought how cool that it came in that configuration from the factory, and it's awesome. It's the lightest, most awesome, quick, fast AK. I love it. Uh, the limited Sam 5 has the folding top rail system. Oh, yeah. I saw that. Didn't really interest me much. I don't know. Snow started at 4 to 6. Oh, at 4 to 6 a.m. So tomorrow, technically, but I'm on east side near Lake St. Clair. Okay. I had a girlfriend, serious girlfriend in college that lived in Birmingham, Michigan. And I lived there for a while. Great town. And her dad was kind of a restaurateur down there. And we'd hang at his restaurant. And as a matter of fact, Richard Simmons used to come in every morning. But he had a marina on Lake St. Clair. Should have stuck there, man. Girl had dough, let me tell you. Michigan's a nice state. I love Michigan. I was there last week, 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago. I don't remember now. Drove up to see my daughter run at a track meet for the day, and it was nice. RJ's got to go. All right, RJ, wish you could stay. Wife is calling. Tell her to come down and watch. Tell her, hon, you got to wait. I'm watching a very, very sexy man on YouTube. Maybe she'll come down. All right. Talk to you later, RJ. Just kidding. Joe Morgan. Disagree on Pro Mag. The Marlin 795 25 round mags run really. A Marlin 79. What the hell's a Marlin 795? That's like saying, I got this gun that nobody knows about. And yeah, I know they make really shitty mags, but it works in this one, but not the other 10 million. No, Joe, I'm just kidding. I'm sure the Marlin 795 is there's probably millions of them, right? But I can't place it off the top of my head. And that's awesome. It works in that gun. But think about it. The millions of friggin' mags they produce, none of them. I hear so many bad reports, and other guns that just like an AK, they run, right? But throw one of their hunks of junk in there, and the gun's a piece of garbage. It's crazy. They just don't. That's my least. I never bought one and never intend to. I've never even ended up with one accidentally, thank God. Brastard, what's up, bud? He shows up. Awesome. I had a USA Magazine's 30 round metal SKS mag that worked great. Did you? That's awesome. I would, you know what? Something about a wood stocked SKS with a steel mag. Looks great. But I never had the nards to go chopping away at one. Didn't want to ruin it. So, oh well. USA Mags. I don't even know who that is. Dixie Living. You made it. Thank God. They're here. Okay. ×3 on that Zastava M77. Man, you guys really are liking that thing, huh? Though that Galil 308 is pulling me to it. Yeah, well, we know you like Galils, right? You got one. Did you get out and shoot it? How's it been? 308 is, when you're holding a 308 battle rifle and you let a few go, you just feel like a man. it's what a war rifle should be, right? It's like a grand. It weighs 102 pounds and it's just manly. It's like holding that big Belgian FN and just the boom, the ground shaking, bam, when that 308 hits. And that's a battle rifle, man. It's like, Garand 30 six, three that those full power 30 caliber rounds, man. Yep. It's you go back to the 5.56 and you're like, what is this? You know, it's just something about it. If you don't have a 308 battle rifle, or haven't shot one, you got to borrow somebody's, try one, buy one. You ain't lived till you shot that. I was funny you bring that up because I was thinking about it the other day. I was watching TV something, and I just had this vision in my head of a without rule of law situation kind of, and for whatever reason it wasn't like it was like a waking dream, just thinking about the situation. I'm with a team of guys, and for whatever reason I was the heavy hitter there, and I had a 308 battle rifle, and I could almost like feel the extra weight, and I almost wanted to feel like, oh God, it's heavy, but I'm like, no, this is nice. I just felt like you could reach out a little further, hit a little harder, just sling them, and they knew what was coming, and that might even be a plus on your side, a little force multiplier, so to speak. I don't know why that thought popped in my head, but I saw myself, or I thought, would I want to be the guy on the team where everybody else has an intermediate caliber rifle, whether they're ARs or AKs, but I'm the guy carrying the heavy hitter, Would I want to be that guy? What happens when you're out of ammo and there's no like ammo in your crew? And yeah, I don't know, but yeah, I don't know. It was just one of them things. So I was thinking about it just the other day. So it's funny somebody brought that up. Big money in Birmingham. Yes, there is, sir. We lived pretty close, few doors down from Lee Iacocca, and if that tells you anything. And yeah, very very highfalutin place. What else is there? Right next to it, there's Beverly Hills, not California, but I think at the time, Birmingham, Michigan had a higher average income per capita. The Marlin 795 is like a mag-fed Model 6022. Okay, okay. Yeah, that's interesting because think about it. What is probably the hardest caliber in the world to get to run right or uh, efficiently and reliably? 22 caliber, 22 rimfire, whether long rifle is probably the hardest gun mag system to get to run reliably. And most times, a lot of times, it comes down to mags, right? So the fact that Pro Mag is building a good 22 mag for that rifle, that's surprising. Squeaky Cooler, I'm 100% American first, and ARs are very good rifles too, but AKs to me just have more personality, and styles are endless, and AR just looks like many others regardless of what you put on it. It does, but I appreciate the AR too a lot. I love ARs. I love building ARs. I use that term loosely. Although when done right, with the right tools and checking the right measurements and all, yes, you are building an AR, but there's probably 75, 80, maybe 90% of the people out there that when they put together an AR, that's all they're doing is putting it together. They are not building it. They're not checking. I'll bet you 95% of the home built ARs out there have never been checked for headspace. I'll bet 98% of them, 99% have never been checked for headspace. I bet critical measurements, armor kind of stuff, it just haven't been checked for even individual parts. Good channel to watch when it comes to that if you want to learn a lot about the AR. I mean, deeper, much deeper than the average guy bolting it together with some half-ass vice system or whatever in his garage. Watch School of the American Rifle. Great channel on here. He actually has a school you can go to. I don't know if they're 1 day, 2 day, 3. I never looked into it. Extremely knowledgeable. He's got some awesome tools and fixtures, and just incredible some of the stuff. If you think building an AR and I got this and I got the rods and all the stuff to build it right. If you think you're a Class A AR builder, let me tell you something. Go watch 5 or 6 of his videos and then come back and tell me you're still a Class A AR builder. Your mind will be opened as to what the difference is between building an AR and assembling an AR. Go watch it. I promise you will learn more than you ever thought there was to know about an AR. And there's a lot. Yes, when AKs, building AKs, if you know you've done it, building an AK is a lot more gunsmithing, a lot more hand fitting, riveting. Each one is a hair different and has to be hand fit in so many different aspects of building it. And head spacing is, I won't say more complicated, but I guess, yeah, it takes more knowledge, and it's not as easy to do. You're not just screwing a nut on and there you go and hoping for the best. You have to headspace the rifle properly when pressing the barrel and everything. And when you're first learning, you can go too far. You can jump on you if you don't know all the tricks and all the tricks and tips and everything. So yeah, there's a lot more to putting together an AK than an AR. But so you think, till you get into it. And if you're really checking all the specs on the parts and pins, even all kinds of stuff. Very interesting stuff. Save the bees. I'm in St. Louis County, and I think we're expecting some snow, but it sounds mostly sleet. All right. I have never had good luck with Pro Mags, right? Me too. That's why I say what I say. Guys, you'll always find me when you watch my gun reviews. Any of my gun reviews, I don't have. There may be a couple, and I point out pros and cons, but I don't review guns where I say this is a bad gun or a terrible gun, or I don't like it, or getting rid of it, or don't buy it. I never say that. Every gun I review, I go, man, this is an awesome rifle. And to people that don't know the channel, you may think, well, this guy's just a shill, man. Everything he touches, he just loves. This is the greatest. Oh, wow, awesome, tremendous, super, incredible. The reason I say that is because I've either had one back in the day or long ago or for a long period of time before they got hot or popular or this or that. Or B, I put so much research into it before I bought it, and or have a lot of rounds down the tube way before I decided to do a video on it. I don't own guns that I don't like, or I think are bad, or I know are bad, or uh, eh, have I gotten uh, have I gotten fooled a few times and bought something that I went, oh my god, all my research, everything, this thing's a pile of crap. Once, well, probably a couple times, but one for sure. And I've talked about it on here, but I have a video done. I could drop it right now, but I don't because I have not given them a chance to fix it yet. But that is my Kimber Micro 9. What a heap of steaming dog do. And I wanted to love that gun. I wanted to love it. And I know, Kimber is not what it was back in the day. I've got early Kimbers in 1911s, and I've got later Kimbers in 1911s. And the later ones don't run like the early ones do. My one, I've got a really basic just because I like it the way this build was. It wasn't a dollar thing. It wasn't anything. I just like the look of it. And this particular one, down to the grips, just called to me. It was stunning. The grips came out higher polished than they normally would on this model. It's a Carry 2, the bitone, the blued slide, stainless frame, and the cherry grips, but super high gloss, and just it was gorgeous. And it was on sale when Gander was closing out. And I just said, give me it. I can always use another 1911. Well, the gun didn't do too well right out of the box. It does now. It just took some running in, but the gun was so tight. When they're that tight, they prefer certain ammos and stuff like that. But this Micro 9, I thought, man, look at this. It looks like a 1911. I want to carry a 1911 every day, but I don't want to end up with my pants around my ankles 3 times a day from the weight. And I thought, it looks like a little 1911. Look at this Raptor model. It's so cool. That thing's badass. I got to have it. And it's 9, not 3.8. It's 9, but the size of a 380. And all metal. I'll feel like I got a real gun in my hands. I'm sick of polymer, yada, yada. Dude, I can't get that that pistol to run at all. It has so many problems. Grab the slide, rack around in, let her fly, bam, right into the feed ramp, nosedive, boom, stays right there. 9 times out of 10 first round racks. Okay. Let's say the gun does feed and you start shooting. By the second or third round, the mag drops out the bottom of it every time. And it's not me hitting the button. On the video, I prove it. I show one-handed, I show two-handed, I show I'm nowhere near it, this and that. It drops out, and then, of course, it misfeeds, whatever. It stovepipes, it jams, it fails to feed, it fails to eject, it drops the mag out. It'll slam one right into the friggin' feed ramp. It does everything. It has every malfunction that a gun can have. And I've worked on it and messed with it and changed mags and bullets and hand loaded shorter and longer and this and that. And I cannot get it to run. And every time I go to the range, I look at it because I really want to carry it. I love the look of it and the feel of it. And I look at it over there and I go, all right, one more try. And we go to the range, and it's always the first gun I shoot just to see. And it fails, and I'm in a bad mood, and it ruins my range day. Every time I go, every single range trip. Every video you watch, before that video was shot, I tried to pump a bunch of rounds through that Micro 9. And it's that bad. It's a steaming pile of steam. Yeah. But that being said, I have not sent it back to Kimber. And you guys are going, well, what the hell, Chris? Dude, when you do what I do and you build guns and you gunsmith and you gunsmith your guns and you figure it out. And for whatever reason, I have not hit upon what how to fix this gun without major work, machining, polishing, changing angles. And I don't want to do that until I send it back because I'll void the warranty, whatever. It at this point has had 4, 5, 600 rounds through it, and they are long, painful, agonizing, single shot, mostly friggin' rounds. I mean, I don't even know how I got that many through it, how I stood for this without sending it back. And I want to just, like I'm doing now, just rip them one on this gun in a video, but I haven't dropped the video. I don't think even me talking right now is not fair, but I'm telling you that it's not fair because I have to send it back to them and at least give them the chance to fix it. But you should never, ever have to send a gun back to the factory. And in the defense of most manufacturers who do have issues with their guns, in most cases, if somebody with a little bit of knowledge looks at it and spends 5 minutes with it, they can fix 95% of what a customer is complaining about when a gun fails to do this or that. It could be handled in 5 minutes. And okay, so a guy that doesn't know all that much has to send it back. Fine. Not everybody knows everything. But if somebody with decent gunsmithing knowledge knows enough, they can get 95% of the problems with guns, new guns, running. But this one is way more than that. Way more. There's just, everything's just such a mess. And it just makes me so mad. But I torture myself. I'm doing it to myself. So where I could send it back and I know they'll make it right. I hope, but I've also heard of guys sending theirs back 2 and 3 times. And it's such a shame because they're such beautiful guns. And to top it off, they're so damn much money. That's damn near $1,000 pistol. I mean, $1,000 for a tiny little 380 size pistol. Granted, they're beautiful. They're gorgeous. I want one of those new ice whatever so bad. I think that's the prettiest gun. I tell you what, if I'm almost hoping I send it to Kimber and they say, yeah, we're just going to get you a new pistol. And I'm going to say, okay, hold on. Can I give you $100 extra, whatever? And you send me one of those ice, what is it? Ice Rapide or Rapide. God, that's the coolest gun. I want one bad. But if they're going to run, what good are they? Or not going to run, what good are they? Dixie Living loves the Galils. Yes, he does. Here, I'm going to stop here. I'm going to go through our products of the week that I wanted to show you guys because I found a couple really cool things. I'm going to start with second place here because I'm saving this other one for first because it is so damn cool. And I love it so much. So this, I've wanted one since I watched a precision rifle course shoot. And the competitors were using them. They were fairly new to the market then. They've been out for a while. I've used them before, but this particular brand, they don't know me from Adam. They don't know I have one. My wife bought it for me for Christmas because I had mentioned that Midway or somebody had them. And I wanted this brand because I had seen them used. I had used them, and I've used a bunch of different ones. But I really like this one, and I didn't think I'd like it when I first shot it. You've seen it in a couple of videos lately, and here it is. This is my new shooting bench setup. So it's called a cross tack. Now, you've seen several companies come out with this X design, right? And I forget who the originator was. For all I know, it could be cross tack. But this system is awesome. And you say, well, if you've never used one or don't know about them, I'm sure tons of you guys do. But for those that don't, or new people here that we always try to bring in, I always want to go back and cater to those people because those people need to learn. Don't go, oh, God, Chris, can you move on to something else? We know how these things work. Guys, you were in that position once too. They got to learn. Bear with it. Add something. If you want to tell your story about a product you know everything about, then add it in here and help them. Tell us what worked for you, what brand you found that works great. But I love this thing. So here's the story with the X for those that don't know. Essentially, the way this works, there's straps here that are adjustable to, you can make them shorter or longer, and this isn't there to carry it by or anything. It's to adjust how far these two bottom legs will spread out. How far you can spread the legs. The further these legs spread out, the tighter the top here will grip the rifle stock, okay? So as you put pressure downwards and these spread, these up here tighten around the gun. So essentially this could be laying on the bench. You drop your rifle in there and just the weight of it pushes it down, spreads these, and tightens this on it. The gun will sit in there perfectly still, not fall back, not fall forward. You can run longer mags with it, all kinds of stuff. And these adjust how far these legs are able to go out. It can also help adjust with the height because it's keeping them further in if you tighten it, etc. This here is simply a carry handle. If you use like a range cart, it can, with the adjustable pull-up handle, the handle will slide through there so you can have it on your range cart and carry it very easily. This also doubles as a pistol rest. It comes with this small bag, and not only does it enable it to be a pistol rest, but this acts as a squeeze bag for precision shooting. So when in this position, it clips on with your typical squeeze clips here on both sides, and it's in this position, and a pistol fits right here. So you can bench rest and bench shoot a pistol very nicely and comfortably because it supports your wrist, your forearm, everything, and the pistol, and you get really accurate bench shots for adjusting sights, accuracy, etc. In here is a really grippy, rubbery material, really grippy. The great thing about this, most bags like this are filled with sand or heavier fill, right? In general, maybe some type of plastic beads, whatever, that may not be that heavy, but they get heavier. Anyways, sand and whatever. And a lot of guys, you're so used to, this big heavy sandbag, right? Thump, doesn't move. When I first saw this thing, guys, this thing weighs nothing. It weighs nothing. It's super light. The fill in it, it's like styrofoam balls, okay? The little things. Don't get a hold. You'll be cleaning up forever. But you can change it if you like. It's zippered in. There's, where are they? I think I'm thinking about this. But you can change the fill in it. Here it is. There's zippers here, and there's, flaps and all to keep everything in. So if you like a heavier bag, by all means, you can change it. But lugging these things around with the heavy fill, they're heavy. I mean, they can be 20 pounds or more. This thing doesn't weigh a pound, between a pound and a half, maybe. That being said, it doesn't move. I thought for sure this thing's going to be unstable. When it's on the bench, there's rubbery down here. It doesn't move. It's phenomenal. That being said, also, so you got your adjustments down here. You could also flip sides and flip those straps up here if that side wears out. And I believe this one's a little different angle than this one too. So you can try different sides and see if that helps you. I told you about the pistol deal with this, but there's also a squeeze bag. You'd unclip this if you're using it with a rifle. This is only to be clipped on there for storage and for pistol shooting. This would normally come off, and then it's a squeeze bag. If you don't know what a squeeze bag is, let's say you got your rifle on the bench sitting in here, right? Butt's back here. You assume your shooting position, your cheek is down on the rifle. Your weak side hand is back, and you're adjusting for the stock for up and down, right? But you want to be um, stable, one, and be able to do small adjustments up and down without having a monopod on the back. So you simply grip this with your weak hand, and this is in here, and the butt of the rifle is on there. So when you squeeze it, by squeezing it, it slightly raises the elevation. When you loosen your grip, it lowers the elevation. Squeeze it, it raises. Let go, it goes down. So you can change small amounts of elevation in tiny little increments simply by squeezing or loosening your grip on the bag. And that way your elevation doesn't move. And once you get there, you just hold that squeeze and it'll stay right there, rock solid. So that's how a squeeze bag works. I will say as squeeze bags go, I've used better. This will get better as it goes, but it's a little stiff right now. This is all top of the line Cordura, and it's the real pattern and everything. Once it softens up, and I probably want to take a little fill out of this. There's too much fill in there right now. I'm not getting the I shouldn't say that. It works very well. The amount of squeeze, but I want to get it smaller. It's a little big for my hand. So I want to remove some fill out of here and it'll be perfect. But that's the company. Cross Tack. You can get it in black, tan. My favorite camo pattern right here. Everything I have is that my chest rig, everything. But I like it. Awesome bag. I like the weight that it's not 40 pounds. I like how stable it is. I like the squeeze bag. I like that it's versatile for the pistol shooting. It's just a great bag, and it was not a lot of money. I don't remember off the top of my head, but maybe between 50 and 75 bucks, maybe, I think. I don't know. I think I got it Midway USA, but it's one of those things that I've had enough bench time with it now. I've used it with enough different platforms that I said, yeah, this thing lived up to everything I thought it would do and then some. So it's one of those things where we're not sponsored on it. It wasn't given to me. I paid for it. I've used it, and it's come through and done more than I expected it to do and done it well. So a true use review, something I love. I just really like it. This too, the flap and then zippered and everything, so you don't get the stuff leaking. It's awesome. I had talked about it earlier, but had not had that much range time with it. Now that I got a lot of range time with it, I just love it. Now, for the best thing I found in a few weeks, my ear protection that you see me use in every video. And I've had some guys actually comment that, look at that crap ear protection he's using. Why doesn't he buy this or that or whatever? Sometimes you don't have to spend ridiculous money to get a great product. And maybe it's not the latest, coolest tactical Grand Thumb type of thing, but most of us don't do the jobs that guys like Grand Thumb do, right? And most of us don't have free equipment and or stuff given to us and all of that. That being said, it's not a money situation in my case. I could buy whatever the latest, greatest, crazy expensive thing Grand Thumb recommends. But I don't see the need because I've used these for minimum 6 years, probably. I have I have 4 sets of these. So I bought them originally for myself. They worked so well, I bought one for my son. My girlfriend, my um, daughter's fiance loves to come shooting with us. I bought him one. My other daughter's boyfriend comes with us and loves shooting military surplus stuff. I gave him a set for Christmas. That's how much I love them. And it's simple. They are Walker razors. Okay. This happens to be the Patriot edition. What makes it Patriot? It comes with these little patches, morale patches, and Velcro on each side. So you always got your flag, and it's doing what? It's charging forward, right? Um, for you military guys, you get that. The average viewer won't. So, why do I like these? I've had them for years. They work extremely well. They protect my ears extremely well. When I look at the numbers, the dBs, and how quick they react, because they are electronic, right? They have speakers or microphones on both sides, and you can run them with them forward for a better sound picture coming at you, or you can run them behind you to hear a little better from the back, and it also changes the way you hear sound and the report and all of that with them facing back. They've got a simple on-off switch and volume adjustment that's easy to find while you have them on. They also have a plug here to hook up a like an iPod or something like that. How did I do this? I can hook them up to my phone and talk on my phone through it with a cord. And yeah, they're awesome. What else? The headband is very comfortable. They adjust really easy, just in and out, but yet they stay put. The wires have held up extremely well. No issues there at all. I haven't had anything break on these. And like I said, I got 4 pairs. They all stay at the shop. And when the girls, husbands to be, boyfriends, whoever, they're there, they grab them and we go. They fold up really small like most do. These are the Razor Thin or Razor Slims, and they will be green. They come in black, pink, whatever you want. The decibel reduction is right there or very close to some super high-end stuff. The speed at which they stop the high-level sounds is great. I've never had an issue. I don't feel like I'm ever getting any dangerous levels. You can double up if you like. A lot of guys are doing that today. I have recently started to do that just because my hearing, a lot of its age, but a lot, tons of damage before this. And years and years and years of tons of trap shooting. And back in the day, if you ran out to the line and you didn't have hearing protection, you just shot, because first of all, it's shotgun. Second of all, we shot so much you get immune to it, or deaf enough that it doesn't bother you. And then the amount of shooting I've done over the last 6 years or so has just ramped up immensely. And my wife notices that, and I don't care how good your hearing protection or what you spent on it, when you shoot enough, it's going to start to drop off. And my wife is finally sick of it, of constantly me going, what, and her having to say things twice. So I've started to double up foam plugs and this. That being said, this is my oldest pair of the 4. And I sweat a ton. If you guys see in my videos, I sweat like a friggin' racehorse. It pours off me. I look like I just got out of the shower and other people are fine. I hate the heat. It bothers me. It always has. And I sweat like insane amounts. What that sweat has done to the ear cups over time, the padded ear cups, is it's hardened them. So they're soft foam. When you get a new pair, they're really nice. They form well to your ears and all. I do find that glasses, they don't necessarily seal all that well around the glasses. Um, Anyhow, as I've used them, as they've been exposed to whatever, the environment, sun, sweat, I think, has really done them in. And they were getting stiff to the point that they were letting a lot of sound in. Okay. And I thought, damn, I like these things so much. And they're not, I mean, they're 4 years old, whatever, this particular pair, maybe 5, whatever it was. But I thought, wow, that's weird. And the only reason I really noticed was because the new ones I had bought over the next few years for the kids and all, were so much softer. I'm like, oh man, these things are bad. I'm gonna have to buy a new set. And then I thought, it's such a shame. They work great. I have to buy a whole new set of these. So I start looking around, and lo and behold, there's companies out there, right on Amazon actually. This one happens to be Pro here, and this is the product I'm talking about. Gel ear pads. These are all silicone. There's a bunch of different ones out there. And read the reviews because some are different. They all seem to attach the same way, but there's different companies imported under different names, this, that, the other. I believe these were one of the prime ones. I don't know the exact shipper. I can find out if someone wants to know, but you do a little search. Just make sure it says Pro here and that they're the gel ear pads. And it says 4 Walker earmuffs, and they tell you what models and all. They were really inexpensive. I want to say they were $13. Now, this is not them. These are the old ones in there. Let me show you. Right away when I got them and I saw them in the package, I knew right away what they were going to be. So here's a stock pair of them. And these happen to be OD green. Most will be black. But here, maybe you can hear how hard these have gotten. You can definitely hear, listen. You hear that? It's just the uppers parts are softer, but the bottom, I mean, this stuff is stiff. It's it's crazy, right? And all the way up to about 3/4 of them are very, very hard. The top is still kind of soft. But as you can see, they've gotten thinner over time. I show you a new set, they'd be thicker by 1/4 inch probably. They're kind of hard. They do have the foam. Anyhow, they just snap in. So I got the new ones, pulled them out of the package. Some guys complained that they damaged them when installing. And for those less mechanically inclined or just don't do these things, I can see why they may have screwed up. Because what there is, and if you move these a certain way, you'll see it. But buried under the where it attaches to it, right under here. So down in here, you can't even almost see it unless you look way down in there. There's a little cutout to get like a quarter in there or a screwdriver. So you got to get down in there, make sure you're down in, and then flip, and they'll pop right out. And you won't affect the hinges, nothing. They pop right out. Some guys complained that they couldn't get the new ones in. Well, you get 3/4 of it in real easy. It's that last part, and if you're not pushing the right way, that last part will cause then the bottom to pop out, whatever. But if you get the 3/4 in good, and it's easy to do that, and then get 2 fingers on and just, it'll pop right in. Pop right in. And these are the new ones. So look at how thick these are, first of all. So here is the new ones. Here's the old one. And keep in mind, it's not the plastic, just the black. Look at how thin that is compared to how thick those are. The other thing is, it's silicone gel. This is just foam padding in here. These have this thin bonded coating over them, but look at how squishy, and it's gel. I can feel the gel moving in them. They're just fabulous. And there's two, like outer, there's a ring around it. So they're two separate. They're one, but separate. So they really adjust your face, the shape of the side of your head, glasses going through it. They mold here. Let me show you with this maybe. They mold extremely well to whatever you're putting against them, and they come right around it and work great. There's the biggest thing I love too, long range sessions. With me at about 3 hours, 4 hours, I start to get tension headaches from earmuffs really bad to the point I got to quit, right? But with these, nothing. They are so soft. You'll see me wearing glasses more, guys, now because I can finally, God, I can't hear anything. Just putting them on without even turning them on, they muffle the sound so much better simply because of how they seal. These also will ride nice and high. Look how high those things round. So you're not doing the popping them off. And when I turn them on, the sound is pretty darn natural. I can hear great. Everything. They just work fabulous. They are so soft, so comfortable. They stop so much more sound. They're inexpensive at $13. I think they got a lifetime warranty. If you pay attention to the install and listen to what I said, they'll go in like a breeze and come out like a breeze. It made these. I'm telling you, if you buy these walkers brand new, order a set of these immediately. These walkers, I've paid under $50 for them. I think the most I ever paid was maybe $65 for a set of these. They work exceptionally well. You can hook up a walkie-talkie to these, a radio, so you can talk to your buddies at the range, whatever. For those of you that have never used electronic muffs, you have no idea what you're missing. They are, it's night and day. I've been using them so long, I don't even remember what it was like without them, but I could never go back. Spend a few bucks, get them. It makes your range trip so much more enjoyable. You hear what's going on. You're not talking like this and yelling. It's safer. It's, like I said, more enjoyable. No tension, headaches. Just great stuff. Great stuff for not a lot of money. For $75, I think you can have the earmuffs and a set of silicone and all done and great. If you want to run these for a while, I've run these for years, guys. It took a long time for these to get hard. But good stuff. Good stuff. You can run them. Might as well wear these out. But I'm telling you, that silicone is so good, you'll want to get it. So again, what do I do with the box? Again, Pro here. 4 walkers right off Amazon. $13-14. There were some for 15 or 16, whatever. They're cheap. They work phenomenal. I don't know how long they'll last, but from the reviews I read there, they seem to be doing just fine, at least as long as the others. Allow you to wear glasses more comfortably. Just a great setup all the way around, and you're not spending crazy amounts of money. We're all about saving money and stuff like that and being comfortable. So what? We can shoot more, right? So I hope, well, those are 2 basic range accessories, shooting accessories. I found them to be outstanding at what they do, better than most of the competition. And certainly from a money standpoint, they fit the bill pretty good there. They're not the cheapest thing on there, but they're not out of line at all. For I believe them to be a very, very good value for what you get. So enough of that. What do you think of that? I hope you guys like that. I hope you go and try these things again. I am not sponsored by them. They were not provided free. I bought them with my own money. I've used them and tested them for a long time, and it's great, great stuff. Take my word for it. If you trust me, fine. If you don't, okay, no problem. Let's jump back in here and see what's going on. Ross, I've never had good luck with Pro Mags. We read that. Like the Galil 556 so much, I got the 762 by 39. So he did opposite of me. I did the 762 by 39 in a pistol, but I think I am going to do. I don't know if I should do the 556 rifle or the 762 by 39 rifle. I'm tempted to do the 762 by 39 because I think they're going to be extremely accurate and useful for our by 39 project. So I'm thinking that. Tommy Gunn says, at Dixie Living, love the Galils. Yeah, we got a little Galil club here. I bet you guys can't wait for my video on the Galil, huh? We'll see. We'll see. I'm sorry. I told you I just had family-wise, I've had so much going on. You guys, I can't even begin to tell you how much I've got going on right now. Don't worry. It's under control, but it's taking all of my time, all of my effort. And when it's family, you step up to the plate. That's all I can say. So anyhow, Tommy guns, they are fine rifles, Dixie says. Yes, they are. Then Tommy says, Rockford, speaking of 1911s, you ever seen Springfield V10? Bought one new back in the day, ported barrel and slide, put a big V flash when you shot it. Still have it. Old carry gun. Yeah, I know Springfield 1911s. I've never owned one, but I have certainly admired them online on their website in a gun shop, but I've never owned one. I like Springfield products. I don't like what he pulled not too long ago, but I got rid of my XDM. That was the first polymer pistol I ever bought. And I loved it when I didn't know any better. But man, that trigger is such crap. And I could have changed it out, but it was 40 and whatever. Now I don't have a 40 cal gun, but I love their M14s. I'd like to have one of those. And several other things that they make. I've honestly never used a shooting bag, Joe Morgan. Joe, you should get one because it's super helpful for sighting in. It's super helpful when trying to shoot groups and all. They certainly have their place. They're great. It makes for lots of fun at the range and very useful. Dixie says, like the shooting bag, believe you were using this one for the recent. Yes, I am using it for the By 39 project. That bag looked as frozen as you were. It stayed soft. It gripped the gun. It did everything it was supposed to do, and it stayed put on some snowy, icy benches. So that's another plus. Dixie Living, guess you need to be careful with hot barrels on the bag to not spit. No, I don't even worry about hot barrels on this. Really, they don't come close to it. I never really thought about it. Nobody said anything. I haven't seen any complaints on it. This rubbery stuff is so thick. Maybe it would melt. I kind of doubt it, but your barrel is never close to it. And if you watch my videos, I'm done shooting, I flop it over and no issues whatsoever. And certainly this is either Cordura or it's Cordura. It's really nice stuff. It's thick, it's well woven, it's color fast, doesn't fade, all of that stuff. Top notch quality materials in that bag. I gotta say, gotta say. Um, Dixie, I use the same walkers. Got sets family for Christmas. What'd you pay for them? They're what anywhere I think from 50 to 65 bucks. I think if I remember right. I got two pairs super cheap. One was on sale, the first pair, and the set I got for my daughter's boyfriend was an open package one, but everything was there, and I got those for like 40 bucks because the package was opened. So that was a deal. I couldn't pass them up. Where can I find a cheap no-go gauge for an AK, and how do I use them? Okay, it's real simple. Good question. And I should cover this. I should do a video on it. But there's sometimes I feel that there's enough videos out there on stuff that I don't need to do a video on it, and I feel almost cheesy doing it. But I guess there's so many people, and I don't know what my word carries as far as weight or um, confidence, whatever. But there's two major brands of no-go gauges. I'm not going to give the brands because I don't support them. I don't have a like or dislike for either one. It really doesn't matter in my book. But Midway is a good place to get them, or Brownells. Brownells, when it comes to gunsmithing supplies, I I usually stick to Brownells for the most part, from everything from buffing compounds, polishing compounds to tools, gauges, stuff like that. You can get them through there. Sometimes they're sold out a lot, but just watch. And I want to say you won't pay. So there's three gauges. There's a go gauge, a no gauge, and a field gauge. That's why the go, no go, and field. Basically, you don't need the field gauge. You could do both if you want, but I would just get a no-go gauge, really. And how you're going to use it, it's recommended that you take the extractor out before you do it out of the bolt. But you don't necessarily have to, okay? Essentially, if you're using it on an AK, you slip it into the bolt like you would a shell, and you'll get the hang of it. It can be tough at first, especially with the extract. Well, the extractor in my book kind of helps to hold it in, but you got to keep pushing it on in until the tip of it gets into the chamber, and then you, with not a lot of force, you don't want to slam the thing in, but slowly push it forward like you're bringing it into action. Bring the charging handle forward, and if it won't close all the way, if it won't go into battery, you're safe. There could be, I don't know, a quarter inch worth of space before it goes in. As long as that action won't close with the gauge in, you're good to go. Okay. On AKs, smart to do. If you're building guns, for sure you need one. You have to have it. There's old school tricks, the tape methods and stuff like that. I don't recommend it. Get the gauge. If you're building guns and spending the money on all the other tools, buy the damn gauge for 50 bucks. I can't tell you how many times people get into something and they scrimp out or chintz out on the tools. And then they wonder why the job was a pain in the neck, or something went wrong, or it doesn't work right. Guys, figure out what it's going to cost you, know the costs ahead of time, and for God's sake, buy the tools, especially something like that when it comes to safety. So get the gauge, check your guns. If you want, you could check them every 500 rounds or something like that. But um, today, I shouldn't say this, but today we don't see nearly the issues we used to. Uh, back, you saw a lot of problems with Century and some other guns. But for the most part, arsenal built guns are pretty solid. You're not going to have the problem. I won't say it doesn't happen. It can. Maybe somebody had a bad day, whatever. The good news on an AK is if something's out of spec or you built it and you screwed up, it can be fixed with oversized pins and stuff like that. But if you're simply checking for safety, you can do it. You easily do it. And for $50, it'll give you peace of mind. If you want me to do a video, I can do a video. You want a recommendation? Rob Ski's got a bunch. He pretty much does it on every 5,000 round test. He'll show you how. He doesn't take the extractors out. And so many guys you watch videos, they give them so much crap for it. Oh, that's not proper. Blah, 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 blah. Guys, if the action won't close with the no-go gauge in, it's fine. Relax on the extractor thing. Yeah, if you're building a precision rifle, this and that, you want the headspace just perfect, fine. Okay. But if we're just checking, is the gun safe to shoot? Just do it. No big deal. Anyhow, that's all I got to say on that. That was Guero asking that. What's up, Guero? I didn't even notice it was you. Radek, nice. Joe, I got my first set of over ears last Christmas. Mom and Dad got them. They are analog. Before that, I used squishies. I used squishies forever because of trap shooting. I got the custom molded in-ear ones. I like those for trap. I don't know why I don't use them for rifle shooting. I don't know. I was used to wearing earphones. I wear earphones, I don't know. Anyhow, if you get the chance, if you can afford them, get the electronic. It's just here. They make shooting a nicer experience. That's all I can say. But regular muffs work just fine. Better yet, squishies and earmuffs. Keep your hearing, guys. Don't do what I did. Some of mine, the where I knew I damaged something, were mistakes by me. Get it from my buddy because you can see the pain in my face and you can see the shock. I was doing a video on sitting right here, and we talked about it earlier. I was doing a video on my mini Draco, and I let that sucker fly with that short little barrel and just a muzzle nut on it. And I let that thing fly with no muffs. And if I ever wanted to drop a gun and scream, it was that moment. Oh my God, it hurt. It friggin' hurt. And I just knew, oh man, I did it today. It was horrible. Horrible, horrible, horrible. And my buddy, Jake, that you see on the channel from time to time, he was running the camera and he started laughing because of the look on my face. I think I just went, and he started laughing. And then he realized how bad it was and that I was messed up from it. And I don't know if it was just we were in that canyon too. Holy Christ. It was just, he knew how bad it was. And he just went, oh man, are you okay? I said, that'll teach me. And it really did. I haven't done one since that. It was horrible. Let's see. Tommy guns. I've been using electronic muffs deer hunting for past 4 to 5 years. And it's nice. They protect you shooting in a blind and amplify sound when listening for deer. Yeah. I have not used them for hunting, but I thought about it. When you're hunting, you don't even think about the report of the rifle, right? And for some reason, I think it's because of adrenaline. that buck's coming in, and I don't care how many years you've been hunting, you still get excited and everything, and the adrenaline's pumping, right? Adrenaline has a way of masking things. Guys will tell you that have been in firefights in a house, in a closed area, ARs, AKs, and they're rattling them off, no hearing protection. And afterwards they go, huh, I heard them, but they didn't hurt. And I don't feel, it's almost like the adrenaline causes the nerves or something to shut off or something. I've heard different perspectives on it. I don't know what's actual reality there, but several people have talked about that. What's his name? John Lovell talks about it all the time on Warrior Poet Society. Cool channel too. If I subscribe to his streaming platform, a lot of good stuff there, guys. And he's got a lot of down to earth. He's religious. He talks about being a quality person, a quality man, a quality provider, everything that folks like us stand for and strive to be. Being a better husband, a better father, a better person, a better part of humanity, I guess. It's not just guns. Guns are one part of it. It's about protecting those you love and taking care of those people and realizing how much they mean to you and what your job is as that husband, father, provider. And a lot of that hit home after my son, and seeing how badly that affected my wife. Not that it didn't affect me, but seeing how badly it affected my wife. A lot of what John Lovell says hit home, and it's a lot of the reason why I do the things I'm doing now in regards to my family. So just trying to be that better guy, not that I wasn't or thought it, but we all have shortcomings. Sometimes we fail because we concentrate on one area too much. And I always concentrated on that providing thing too much, work. Not that it's not important, it's extremely important. And I always looked at it as that was first and foremost, because without it, I can't take care of my family and do the other jobs I need to do. So it was always do your best, work harder, longer, do more than anybody else, make yourself irreplaceable, all those things. Hey, if I'm at work and I'm giving everything and I'm the last guy out, and not always the first one in, but usually I just have an extremely long ride to work right now, so anything can happen. But I just always put it that way. I had people in my life that taught me that work ethic, and it was just pound, pound, pound. If I show it, then my team will show it. If I do it, my team will do it. If they see me in there doing it with them, they'll be like, awesome. Yeah, I'm going with this guy, the guy that you want to be in the foxhole with. That's just how I looked at things. And I always looked at things that, for the most part, if money can fix it, I don't have a problem, right? My dad always said that. If money can fix your problem, you don't have a problem. That's a pretty wise statement. It's not all about, money's everything. That's not what that's saying. Think about it. If money can fix your problem, you don't have a problem. Because if money can fix it, that means there's a solution, right? It's when money can't solve it, there's probably not a solution. You're screwed, right? Meaning health-wise. If you got stage 4 cancer, all the money in the world ain't saving you, right? So it means, if that helps you understand it, That all being said, those are all great qualities. What has to be understood and done better is a balance between all of it. Being that provider, being that protector, being that loving, understanding, good person, and giving to your family as much as you give to work, God, every part of it. It's a balancing act. And when it gets out of balance, no matter how good you're doing this, the rest is falling off. And it's no good. It's no good. So, and when it gets that far out of balance, it can be a lot to bring it back. And it takes that much more work. And you have to put everything to it to bring it back into line. And once you get it back in line and figure out that balance, things will get much easier, much better in all aspects. Because when you're devoting so much to just one end, you think you're doing your be all end all there, but you're not, because other things are suffering and it starts affecting the one thing that you're charging so hard for. So all I can tell you is I think I figured it out. I hope. I don't know. We'll see. It just feels better. I don't know. We'll see. That being said, I don't want to seem like money's everything. It's not. It's not. I don't ever let money. I've never let money be a motive. Well, yeah, money's a motivating factor, but I'll just say that it's become less of a motivating factor. Other things, once you get there, I guess, to a certain level, you start to let other things motivate you. Being maybe number one at what you do, or being extremely skilled at something, or whatever the case may be, different things, or helping others succeed in your career, teaching them, those kind of projects, taking something that's broken and fixing it. Those are the challenges and the things that motivate and the things you find fun. And when you find a balance between all of it, the money comes anyways. So don't always let that be your motivating factor. Anyhow, enough of my preaching, but it has a lot to do with what we do. People that tend to gravitate toward our sport, our practice, our training, our defensive skills, people that like to defend themselves and defend their family and loved ones, tend to be very driven people. And just don't let that drive get out of whack is all I'm going to tell you. Do the right thing. And that Warrior Poet Society, it's really cool. It's not just guns. It's everything. It's keeping your life in balance. And I learned a lot from it. So good stuff. That's all I got for comments here, guys. We are over the 2-hour mark. Did I miss anybody? Anybody got any more questions I can answer? I start preaching and look at the views drop off. But hey, some of us, I guess, are just about guns, and that's that. And I get it. I get it. You come here for entertainment. But I always try to teach you guys something too, or at least impart what I think is a little bit of wisdom. Stuff that sometimes takes too long to learn, and sometimes by the time you do learn it, it's too late. So if I can impart a little bit upon someone and just something to make someone go, at least you're thinking about it. So, and maybe it won't take you as long as it takes others, right? That's how I raise my children. If I can just impress upon them how to take the shortcut or learn something quicker or avoid the pitfalls, of course, Kids don't always learn it, right? My father tried, his father tried, and you still got to do it for yourself, right? You got to fail for yourself. And failing's not always a bad thing. It can be a very good thing. I never look at a failure as a complete failure. I look at it as a learning experience. It may have failed, but I learned what doesn't work, right? So it eliminated one thing, made the process easier. And now maybe I only have two choices between success and failure instead of three. I narrowed it down, right? You learn something. Always look at it that way. Look at the brighter side of it. Don't let it get you down. Just go back and try harder the next time. That's all, while keeping it in balance. Guys, if you got no more questions, no more anything you want to talk about, all I'm going to say is love your family, work hard, keep your life in balance every day. Give them hugs, give them kisses, tell them you love them, embarrass them, and take it all in and make memories. Take all the pictures and videos you can, get out and have fun, bring them with you, and enjoy every day, whether it's work, whether it's your family, whether it's just looking off your back porch, enjoying what you see. Keep yourself well-rounded, and might as well grab another new gun too. Have some fun. Okay. Dixie, go get yourself another Galil. All right. Grab that 308 or maybe a Scar. Do something. Yeah, that money sitting in the bank ain't all it's cracked up to be. And besides, you can always sell it. Go have fun, spend it, use it wisely. Take somebody new shooting, expose somebody to the sport, speak your mind. When you don't speak your mind, no matter what the situation, here in this case, I'm talking Second Amendment, speak your mind, or conservative theories, thoughts, government. Speak your mind. When you don't, not only do you not get the information out, but you hurt yourself somehow because you're holding it in when you know you should be spreading the word, speaking out, defending yourself, your thoughts, your actions. It eats away a little bit at you every day, whether it's talking with a neighbor, a friend, employer, spouse, whatever. Speak your mind, lay it out there. It's always easier to just lay it out, be honest, and speak what you think. Don't worry about what others think. Don't worry about that. Never talk politics and religion. That's where we're losing. You need to speak your mind. They do. They do. And guys, this fight, all of it, Second Amendment, conservative versus liberal, it's truly, truly good versus evil. It truly is. Think about it. There's an end goal. There's an end game, and that end game for our competitors is evil. It truly is. I believe that wholeheartedly. But I know there's so many good people on our side, and we do the right things every day, right? All of us. I know I read these comments. I see how people comment. I see how they write things. I see how they say it. They take time in how they put something together. They're intelligent. They're well spoken. They think before action. And there's good, solid people in here. And those are the people we need to be outspoken. Don't worry about what your neighbor thinks. Don't worry about what your kid's teacher thinks. Don't worry about anything, because at the end of the day, if you're not honest with yourself and those you're dealing with, then you might as well join that side, or you're doing what they're doing. Speak your mind. Don't be afraid. Get out there. We have to. We have to. So love your family, work hard, protect your family, provide for them, love them, have a great time together. Bring someone new into the fold. Speak your mind. Uphold the Second Amendment. Get out there, do a little something extra. Call someone, write a letter, go to a rally, whatever the case may be. At the end of the day, know that you got people that have your back. And there's more of us out there than you know, and we'll win this thing eventually and peacefully, hopefully. Get out there and do it. I appreciate every one of you out there. I appreciate everything you do. I appreciate your kind comments. Even when I think you're just giving me a little, pumping me up, I appreciate it. And I appreciate you promoting the channel to friends, family, coworkers, whoever. That's how we get stronger when we come together. We learn a little something. We have a little fun together. We educate each other. I learn something every day from you guys here and gals. And hey, bring your wives in. Bring your girlfriends in. Get them into the sport. Bring them in the channel here. We have fun. This isn't, we're not cussing and all kinds of bad off-color jokes or something. I try to keep this like 2AEDU does. I try to keep it as clean as possible and family friendly and have fun and always try to teach you guys something. So sorry, I'm rambling again. There we go, rambling. Hope you liked the couple things we showed you. And we'll get out shooting this week and get you. I keep saying I'll get you some videos. I know I haven't, but I just had stuff. It seems to keep following me, but getting everything back in order. And hey, the live streams are cool, right? But I got to bring you some videos, so we'll get you some stuff out. Enjoy the rest of your week. Have fun this weekend. Get out shooting. Get your local FFL. Support your local FFL. Go buy something. Have fun. All right, guys. As always, love you. And Rockford Ordnance out.